Hello and welcome back to our channel. I'm truly shocked and practically breathless hearing the news about the danger in Britt and Rocco's escape, and this is proving to be one of the new disasters unfolding. It stirs up all those old emotions from back when everything first happened with little Ben, yet it takes everything in a direction I never quite imagined. And that difference is exactly what makes these episodes so powerful and worth talking about with anyone who has followed the show as long as I have. Back in 2013, when Britt gave birth to that baby boy she named Ben at Windermere, none of us could have predicted how it would all unravel. She had carried Dante and Lulu's stolen embryo, passed the child off as her own with Patrick, and for those early months, she truly raised him as her son. There were tender moments mixed with the lies, the fear when Faison took the baby, the eventual reveal through that latex allergy match that changed everything. Lulu and Dante got their son back, renamed him Rocco, and Britt stepped away. It was classic General Hospital drama, full of shock and heartbreak, and we all felt it deeply because the show had built such investment in those characters over time. What we are seeing now is not a repeat of that old story. It is something richer, more layered, and far more emotionally honest because Rocco himself is driving so much of it. Rocco has grown into a thoughtful, strong-willed young man, and lately he has started asking Britt the kind of tough, searching questions that only someone who has lived through real upheaval can ask. He wants to know what it was really like in those first months, when she was the one holding him, feeding him, singing to him in the quiet hours. He is digging into the sweet memories she might have tucked away, and the painful ones she had to bury when the truth came out and she had to let him go. Those conversations are not just exposition for us viewers. They are raw and real, reopening old wounds for both of them while creating something new and unexpected. Britt is no longer the woman hiding behind schemes. She is facing her own mortality with Huntington's and still choosing to be completely honest with this boy who once called her mother. That honesty is what draws Rocco to her now, and it marks the biggest difference from the original storyline. Back then, the adults controlled the narrative with secrets and power plays. Today, Rocco is making his own choices, and that shift gives the whole arc a maturity that longtime fans can truly appreciate. The safety of that boy has become the beating heart of everything happening right now, and it is impossible to watch without feeling the tension rise. After Rocco made the split-second decision to shoot Cullum in order to protect Britt and Jason from being killed, his world turned upside down. That brave act saved lives in the moment, yet it painted a target on his back that grows larger every day. Cullum is no ordinary villain. He is a powerful figure with connections deep into the WSB and tangled up with the likes of Sidwell, the kind of dirty, political, and criminal machinery that has always lurked beneath the surface of Port Charles. On top of that, Rocco is carrying a secret about Jordan's devastating car collision, the kind of knowledge that could expose larger schemes and make him even more valuable, or more dangerous, to the wrong people. The hidden enemies are not just chasing shadows. They are closing in, and every choice Rocco and Britt make now carries real weight. It is the kind of suspense that keeps me leaning forward in my chair, wondering how they will possibly stay one step ahead. Britt has stepped into a role that feels both surprising and completely natural given everything we have seen from her over the years. Her maternal instincts, the ones that first surfaced when she was raising little Ben, have roared back to life with a protective fierceness that takes my breath away. She knows the dangers better than anyone, understands the political filth and the personal cost of getting caught in it, yet she refuses to turn Rocco away when he needs her most. Even as her own health declines, she is thinking about his future, making hard promises like agreeing to contact his parents when the time comes if her illness takes her. That kind of selflessness is new for her character in many ways, and it creates a bond with Rocco that feels earned rather than forced. She is not trying to replace Lulu or Dante. She is simply being the steady, truthful presence he craves right now. And that makes their decision to go on the run together all the more believable and heartbreaking. Rocco's feeling of being abandoned by his own family is what pushes everything to the breaking point, and it is handled with such care that it never feels overwrought. He has watched his parents argue over plans for his safety, heard Lulu talk about taking him away without fully listening to what he wants or needs. Dante's life as a cop has always pulled him in conflicting directions. And in the middle of all that chaos Rocco has felt pushed aside, his voice drowned out by adult decisions made for his own good. When he turns to Britt and asks to stay with her, not just for now, but in a way that feels permanent, it comes from a place of genuine hurt and longing. He is not being rebellious for the sake of it. He is reaching for the one person who has treated him like an equal in this crisis, who has answered his questions without sugarcoating and stood beside him when the bullets started flying. That desire to stay with Britt forever carries enormous emotional weight, and it forces everyone around them to confront what family really means when danger is breathing down their necks. The moment Dante discovers that his son has chosen to disappear with Britt instead of following the family plan is one of those explosive scenes that soaps do better than anyone else. The argument that erupts is fiery and painful, full of accusations, fear, and the deep ache of a father who feels he is losing his boy all over again. Dante sees the risks, the influence, the way this choice threatens everything he has fought to protect. Rocco sees a father who still does not fully understand why he ran in the first place. The rift that opens between them feels dangerously wide, the kind that could take seasons to heal. And yet, there is also a quiet hope underneath, because we know how much love exists on both sides. It is not a simple villain and hero situation. It is two people who care deeply for the same child, but are coming at the crisis from completely different angles. And that complexity is what keeps the story feeling alive and unpredictable. What makes this entire chapter so different from the original Britt and Rocco story is the element of choice and the way the danger has forced everyone to recalculate their relationships in real time. Back then, the separation was imposed from outside, wrapped in lies and power struggles. Now, Rocco and Britt are actively building something together while on the run, adjusting to new realities every hour. Their calculations about trust, protection, and the future keep shifting as they hide in dusty safe houses, evade Cullum's people, and face the constant threat that one wrong move could end everything. The troubles keep compounding, new enemies keep appearing, and yet through it all, the bond between them grows stronger in ways the old storyline never allowed. It is a testament to how far these characters have come and how skillfully the writers are weaving the past into a present that still surprises us. As someone who has seen nearly every twist this show has thrown at us since the early days, I find myself asking the same questions many of you are probably asking while watching. Will Rocco's secret about Jordan's collision be the key that finally brings Cullum down, or will it put even more people he loves in harm's way? Can Britt keep him safe long enough for the truth to come out, or will her own health force a heartbreaking goodbye before the danger passes? And what will it take for Dante and Rocco to find their way back to each other without either of them having to give up the ground they have claimed? The answers are not coming quickly, and that is part of what makes these episodes so gripping. Every day brings another layer, another narrow escape, another quiet conversation that reveals just how much has changed since those first months when Britt held baby Ben and dreamed of a different life. The beauty of General Hospital has always been its ability to take history and make it feel brand new. And this arc with Rocco and Britt does exactly that. It honors everything that happened back when the truth about Ben first exploded into Port Charles, yet it refuses to repeat the same beats. Instead, it gives these characters room to grow, to choose each other in the middle of chaos, and to face consequences that feel earned rather than manufactured. For those of us who have been here through the ups and downs, the returns, and the losses, it is deeply satisfying to see Britt get this kind of redemptive, protective storyline and to watch Rocco step into his own agency as a young man. The heat of the danger keeps us coming back, but it is the heart underneath, the complicated love between a boy and the woman who once raised him, that makes these stories stay with us long after the episode ends. I keep thinking about how much more there is still to come. The adjustments Britt and Rocco are making to their lives on the run are changing them both in real time, and the new troubles they keep finding them only make their determination stronger. Dante's pain and anger are real, but so is the possibility of understanding if everyone can find a way to listen the way Britt has listened to Rocco. Jordan's collision and the secret tied to it sit like a ticking clock in the background, waiting to reshape everything once it surfaces. And through it all, the show keeps reminding us why we fell in love with these characters in the first place. The mix of sweet memories and sharp pain, the fierce protection, the messy family bonds, and the constant edge of danger, it is all there, and it feels more alive than it has in a long time.